that movie suck.
Blake Shelton is not sexy.
I'm tired of being a fat ass.
Honestly, she's batshit crazy.
Screw you and your vinyl collection.
Okay, I actually thought I was above average.
If you're thinking it, I'm gonna say it.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Libra Lounge. Want to thank you all again for taking time out of your day to join us. I'm just going to go ahead and forewarn all of y'all. If y'all see me jump up and run from in front of the camera, my stomach has just been acting a fool since 3 o'clock this morning, and nothing makes you feel less confident than something going wrong with your stomach. It makes you question everything in life. So if all of a sudden the screen goes to a standby, you know what the deal is. So before we go on and I introduce my guest who is going to be joining us via phone, I wanted to let you guys know about a really amazing upcoming event that's going to take place July 28th in Houston. Actually, I believe it's going to be in the Woodlands. It is the 2018 Total Package Awards. It's another great event that Miss Amber Neal, the Houston Millionaire Matchmaker, will be putting on. I will be on the red carpet interviewing guests. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be vendors. You're going to get to be introduced and see some of the honorees for the most eligible bachelors and bachelorettes and power couples in the Houston area. Tickets are on sale right now. So if you're interested in going, go to amberneal.com, or you can look her up on Facebook. I'm going to actually be posting this on my page here this afternoon. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you're single, I think this would be a great event for you to go to meet other eligible singles. I know I have some single friends, and I'm going to encourage you to purchase your ticket. Again, that's going to be the Total Package Awards for the year 2018. Now, I have on the phone line Miss Mia Thomas. Mia, say hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Mia was supposed to be in the studio, but she had an emergency, so we are going to be doing our first official phone interview under our own production company. So we hope that everything goes well. If it doesn't, it's James's fault. Alrighty, so if you're a friend of the Libra Lounge, you know what time it is. It is time for the Gab.
We know she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip. The Gab with Keisha.
Alrighty, so you know how I love to give the tea on the Kardashians. Well, it looks like all is well. All has been forgiven between Khloe Kardashian and her baby daddy, Tristan Thompson. They are officially back together. She says that she's not going to let her family persuade her to leave him. She wants to work everything out for her baby True. Mia, what do you think about that? Because that was a scandal right there.
Wow. I try not to lead it into getting into the gossip part. So I'll kind of plead the fifth on it.
Did you say you don't try to get in on the gossip part? Have you ever seen the show? That is what we do, and we love talking about the Kardashians. Well, I'll say this. I can remember being a first-time mom. Well, first-time mom. I only have one child, except for Sushi, my dog. That's my child too. That's my child. Okay, so I remember when I had Skylar. I became a single mom when she was about 6 weeks old. And, you know, I think that situation is a little bit different because you kind of know, that's not going to work out. But I really think Khloe's still in love with Tristan. I think she wants to work it out because Khloe has been wanting a family for so long. And, you know, here's her opportunity. So I guess she's going to, you know, ignore the fact that he was sleeping with every hoe he could the whole time she was pregnant. But you know what they say, what goes around comes around, because when she started dating Tristan, he had another woman pregnant. I'm starting to see like a cycle here. I don't know. I'm going to wish Khloe lots of luck on that, but I don't think it's going to last. Mia, do you think it's going to last?
No, the only thing that we can do is pray for him.
Well, I'm hoping that she's doing a lot of praying, and I hope she has hired a PI to follow his ass everywhere he goes to make sure he ain't doing shit else. So, along with that, Khloe saying that, of course, she's been making some outings with Tristan, and you can even look on TMZ and you can see pictures of her walking around with little baby True in her stroller. And she said that she was shocked when she saw the pictures of how big her butt is after giving birth, which is kind of weird coming from a Kardashian, because I thought, having a big booty was just part of who they are. But she says she is ready to hit the gym, get back toned. And I think she's ready to hit the gym to have some stress release for all of the scandal and all of the drama that Tristan's been putting her through. Mm-hmm. So, Mia, I know you don't do the gossip, but did you see some of the amazing pictures, or did you see the red carpet from the Met Gala this week?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Oh, no.
Tell me what did I miss?
I'm going to tell you what you missed, because there was some major hits and misses, but number one on my hit list was the island girl herself, Miss Rihanna. Riri did not go out there to play at all. Let me go back a little bit. The Met Gala always has a theme, and this year the theme was Heavenly Bodies, Fashion, and the Catholic Imagination. I don't even know what that means, but apparently it's supposed to be whatever the influence of Catholicism is on fashion. I didn't think that Catholicism had anything to do with fashion other than the nun robes that they wear and what the priests wear. But anyway, Rihanna took that theme and she totally ran with it. She came kind of dressed like a bedazzled Pope, but it was everything. It was a design by John Galliano, and the bitch was bad. I mean, everything was perfection, from her makeup to her shoes. If you go to Vogue magazine online, you can see like this really cute video they did of really all the guests that were at the Met Gala. But Rihanna did a video, and it just gives me life. And number two, and it's a close number two, because I had a hard time trying to figure out who was number one, but I gave it to Riri. But Blake Lively, oh my gosh, she showed up in this beautiful Versace gown with this massive train and this custom halo that she had on. And she really looked like a queen. Like, I think they had to get a party bus just for her train. That's just how long it was. I think her total outfit was around, between the halo and all the jewels, it was around $2 million. Wow. And she looked absolutely amazing. If you don't agree with me, go ahead and leave a comment and tell me who you thought should be the top two on my best dressed at the Met Gala list. Now, of course, with hits, there are some misses. And I don't know. Kerry Washington showed up and she had on a gold Ralph Lauren gown, and it just looked really like she was going to a costume party or something like that. And she had this huge fro with the side part, and it just didn't look cute at all. I mean, I've seen episodes of Scandal where Kerry looked a lot better than what she did for the Met Gala. And also, surprisingly, someone who she thinks she's fashion forward, but Miss Kimberly Kardashian West came up in a gold Versace dress that really, I don't know. It looked like something that you could have bought at Macy's or Dillard's, and she added crosses onto it. But I will give Kim this. Her makeup was absolutely flawless that night. But her dressing, it is not going to make any of the hit lists. But notably, who was noticeably not there was Beyonce and Kanye West. And I don't know. I think Kanye probably is somewhere seeking therapy. At least that's what I hope he's doing. And Beyonce, who knows what Beyonce's doing? I guess Beyonce said, I guess I'll give these other bras a break and let them own the night by not showing up. So that is all for the Gab. Miss Mia.
Yes, ma'am.
I have named you a Renaissance woman because you have so many things underneath your resume. Officially introduce yourself to the Libra Lounge audience.
Well, good morning, Libra Lounge audience. My name is Mia Thomas, and I'm an author. I am a life coach, and I'm an entrepreneur. I have over 10 years experience in marketing and PR.
Okay.
And I also have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and sociology, and an associate's degree in criminal justice as well. I have recently written the book called The Steps of a Real Woman, From Harm to Hurt to Hustle.
Okay.
Which was just recently released in February. I have a nonprofit organization called Road to Damascus, and with that organization, it's a 501c3 organization, one-stop resource center that connects at-risk kids and their families to other resources out in the community. We have a after-school and summer meal program where we've actually fed over 180,000 meals, hot meals.
That's fabulous.
In 1 year. So we collaborate with back-to-school events and a lot more out in the community.
So I think it's fair to say you stay kind of busy, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I know when we first were emailing, because you're in the Waco area, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
When we were first talking, we were talking about female empowerment. I know that you go around and you do speak about women empowerment. Can you kind of explain to us, to our listeners, what that means?
Female empowerment is when, I believe, is when women are being in control of themselves. They are actually knowing who they are and knowing and having the acquired skills needed to navigate obstacles throughout their life, being able to reach their dreams.
I like what you said, being able to navigate the obstacles in life, because I think a lot of women, you know, there's been an incline the past few years about, you know, women encouraging women, and it's kind of like a rebirth of empowerment. But I think some women see that and they just want to jump on the bandwagon, and they don't really realize exactly what it means to empower yourself as well as other women. Because I don't think you can try to empower other women if you don't know how to empower yourself first. And when you said about navigating around different obstacles, a lot of women do not understand what that really truly means. Maybe you can enlighten us a little bit more.
What I mean by navigating is like, as women, we go through a lot of things in life.
Right.
We juggle a lot. Some may be married, some may be single, you have single mothers that are raising their kids, 3 or 4 kids, and it can get stressful. They're trying to go to school, and that's what I kind of mean by, you know, being able to balance
the hustle, the everyday hustle.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. This is weird for me because I'm so used to seeing someone, and you know, you can kind of read each other's faces and tell when someone's about to pause. So bear with me, talk over me, because I'm a motor mouth and I'll just keep talking. So I love what you just said. You know, it's about the everyday hustle. And I think sometimes people hear that and they think that means you've got to have 12 jobs and you got to have 15 kids. And it's like, no. You can be a single mom with 1 kid going to school. That is a hustle. You can be a married woman with no kids who is opening up her first business. That's a hustle. So those are obstacles. It doesn't mean that you have to be struggling. And I think a lot of women, because I'm on social media and I, you know, pay attention to a lot of the posts that women are making when they think they are talking about empowerment, but they're really not. So I like that you were able to, you know, define that a little bit more finely for us. Do you think that there's a difference between women's empowerment and feminism?
I do, somewhat, because with feminism, feminism advocates for women's rights.
Right.
You know, like, for instance, women and men should have equal rights in terms of jobs, in terms of pay, in terms of voting. But then when you look at it in the biblical realm, as far as like coming from the Bible standpoint, it says that a man is supposed to be the head of the family.
Okay.
And the man should lead their families, correct?
Yes.
But if you are in a single household, then and you don't have that man to cover that family, so that covering is God.
Mm-hmm.
God to be that covering.
Well, I know that in my household, my husband will say that quite often that myself, my mom, and my daughter, who's about to be 16, we are the most, we don't think we need a man, women that he's ever met in his life. And it's not that. It's because, you know, he grew up in a 2-parent household. My parents were divorced when I was 6. My mom later had, I guess it was kind of common law marriage. And from that, you know, I have 2 younger brothers. But she always made things happen. So I grew up seeing that, it's not that we don't think that there is an importance in having a man in the household or as a leader. It's just that we think we can do it too, you know, and it's not to be disrespectful to men, but I think a lot of women are left with no choice but to step up and do everything. You have to kind of take over that role. I don't even look at it as taking over the role of the man. I look at it as doing what you got to do.
Yes.
So I do think that a lot of young women, they try to blend the lines of female empowerment and feminism, just because I don't think they really know what the two even mean. You know, it's just something that they hear, and then it's hashtagged all over social media. So they're like, oh, okay, I guess that's the new trend. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. Mia, what part are you playing in empowering women?
I encourage women every day. You know, I encourage them to just love on each other, to build each other up by doing just being a role model. And like I said, I wrote my first book, trying to, you know, basically hoping that women would be inspired and empowered to, because we go through things in life, and a lot of times we're being judged.
All the time.
Other women.
Yes.
And so you have women that have a voice just like you and I, but they're afraid to speak out.
Right.
And so I feel like by us setting the bar, setting the standard, you know, with us being in the positions that we're in, that we're being, you know, we're setting that stage, we're setting that atmosphere.
Yes.
For these women.
I agree. That's kind of part of what the Libra Lounge is all about, is that I've been told for so many years that I always say the things that people are thinking, but they don't say. Sometimes that gets me in trouble, but, you know, I'm a rebel with a cause. But I just figure life is too short. You know what I mean? I think that communication is the most important attribute for so many things in life. And if you don't say anything, there's no room for improvement. There's no room for change. You just keep doing this, repeating the same things. And I think that leads to a lot of people being unhappy, especially women. I think that we always do for our family. We do for our husbands, our boyfriends, our fiancés. We do for our kids. We do for our families. We're there for our coworkers. But then at the end of the day, we're hollow, because everything that we are is based off of making everyone else happy, making sure that everyone else is okay. And I think that women need to start speaking up about what makes them happy, what are their wants and needs, what are their dreams. And right now,
and you know, that's not to cut you off, but that's where, like you said, we have to know who we are.
Right.
We have to know who we are and what we were created for.
Right.
You know, because we were created for greatness. You know, we are powerful beings.
Yes.
We're creators. And if we don't know who we are, then we're just out there, you know, just lost. We will receive anything if a man tells us, you don't have to have a man to validate you and tell you that you're beautiful.
Exactly.
You know, so.
I know. I do a pretty good job of doing that to myself every day. She is cute.
You
Just
need to
kidding.
toot your horn. Look, toot your horn.
Right? I mean, sometimes you just have to pat yourself on the back a little bit. I love what you just said, though. You said that when women don't know what they want or what their worth is, they're just kind of floating around. And they'll accept anything from anyone, especially from a man. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand that because I'm not like that. And I teach my daughter not to be like that. But it's really hard because that's all that we see a lot of that on television. We hear about it, you know, in music. How do we get away from that?
Yeah. You have to know. You have to learn. You know, you have to speak positive affirmations, and that's where other sisters come into part. You know, where their place,
right?
Their part comes to be able to lift each other up. To if you see a sister that's not dressed appropriate on the streets, or you know that she's doing something wrong, or you know. When it's in your power to do right by other people, you're supposed to do right by them. So that means, you know, you tell me. Right. It's okay to tell me, say, hey, sis, you know, maybe you may need to look at changing some, you know, this up a little bit. What do you think? Or, you know, we have to stand up. We have a voice.
Right. But Mia, sometimes, speaking up to another woman and telling her that those shoes do not go with that outfit could lead to getting you cussed out.
Do it out of love.
Right.
It's a way that you go about approaching someone.
Right.
If you're doing it out of love, don't go up, girl. You know, you shouldn't have been wearing them shoes that you got on today.
I mean, if someone were to tell me that in just the tone that you told me, I'm secure enough that I'll be like, you think so? Okay, that's cool with me. But I think you kind of have to read the other person to, you know what I mean? Because I have pretty thick skin. So, you know, you saying that to me, I'm like, oh, you know what? She has a little point there. Oh, okay. I feel ya. But so many women are so insecure that, you know, just you giving them that encouragement or giving them that constructive criticism, that will make them angry. Mm-hmm. Because they don't know how to receive that as you're looking out for them. You're trying to help them. You're trying to help them to better, you know, up their game a little bit. But when we get back, we're going to continue that conversation. And then I want you to kind of tell us about this younger generation who everything they do is just copycat. I mean, from the movies to the music to the clothes, everything is a repeat of things that have already been done. And how do we continue to teach them how to be authentic when everything around them is telling them, do it this way? So when we get back, we will have more of Miss Mia Thomas. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge. Once again, I'm just going to tell y'all, my stomach is so killing me. Like, literally, my stomach hasn't hurt this bad since, like, the day I got married. No offense, James. Okay, so Mia Thomas, who is an author, she is an entrepreneur. Didn't you tell me you do bail bonds too?
Yes, I do.
She does bail bonds. She goes around speaking to women about women's empowerment. Did I miss anything else? Because I think you listed like 20 things, Mia, and I'm not going to remember all 20, but.
I'm a life coach. I'm a life coach as well.
And she's also a life coach. Oh, Lord, we may have to talk after the show then, because I'm sure there's more than a few people that think I need some life coaching. So, all right. So before our break, we were talking about, you know, what is this whole rebirth of the empowerment of women? And, you know, we kind of touched a little bit on this younger generation that I think I look at it from the perspective of being the mom of a 16-year-old girl, and society is just repeating so many things. You know, like every movie that comes out is a reboot of a movie. Every song that comes out, you know, it's a sample of a song that's already been made. The clothes that she's wearing now, my daughter, are the clothes that I was wearing when I was her age too. You know, you've got the internet, social media especially, saying this is what you should do. Do it this way. Do it that way. It's just, I think it's a generation of entitlement and copycatting. So how do we teach young girls to, you know, be true to themselves? You don't have to follow the crowd. And how do we empower them to empower themselves, Mia?
I think first of all, it starts in the home.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In my opinion, it starts in the home.
Most
it starts
definitely.
with mom.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with us. You know, we have to set that bar. We have to be role models.
Mm-hmm.
The standards have to be set with us. You know, because our kids are watching our every move.
Right.
You know, they're looking at us every day
Mm-hmm.
and seeing what we do. Just like you said, they're looking at this Nicki Minaj and all these other people, and they're copycatting the things that they, you know, that they see that they, you know, that they're doing, and they believe that whether it's a negative or positive, that's the route that it should go. So
right.
I just feel like that we have to, you know, set those standards. We have to not just talk about it, but live it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, put put positive things in action.
Yes, I agree.
And love on our kids and tell those young girls, let them know that, hey, you were created for success. You're royalty.
Right.
You know, you can have just about anything and do just about anything that you want to do in life.
Yes, yes. I agree. I agree. I agree with you 100%. I feel as though in the Black community, I think it's pretty fair to say that it doesn't always appear as though we encourage each other. Do you find that to be true?
Somewhat. I think that I know we were talking about like in. I think some don't. Mm-hmm. But then you have, like, and I'm thinking about professional women, it's like when you know that you're not, when you know who you are, and what you were created for, and you know your skill set,
right?
Then you're not competing with the next person. You're not trying to compete with another woman or anything like that. Right. And you just have that, they have that, those that know who they are and stuff and know that the skill sets they have that I can do it attitude. I'm going to get out here and I'm going to get it done. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. I mean, we live in a small community, and a lot of us, you know, went to the same schools, or they go to the same churches, or members of the same organization. I mean, there's teachers at the schools that graduated from the same exact school. And a lot of the time you know these people, and then you see them on social media, you know, acting like they're such advocates for, you know, helping other women, but then you know how they really are. And it's just like, okay, wait a minute. This same person who just made this big long post about lifting each other up, encouraging one another and supporting one another, it's the same person that soon as they shut off that computer, they're talking badly and bashing women that they've known forever because they simply don't want the person next to them to do better than what they're doing. But I look at it as, that's your thing. This is my thing, and to me, and this is just me, I'm my own competition. If I see something that someone else has, I'm like, good for them. And if it's something that, you know, I would like to have in life, you know, you start working toward that goal, and you say, how did you do that? You know, go and ask a question instead of just sitting back on the sideline, you know, hating, which I have a connection to that because I myself have faced a lot of issues with other black women from junior high until now. And I just don't get it because I try to be as true to myself, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. And other women just don't seem to like that. They see it as something threatening or something's wrong with it. And I just don't understand that. And since you're a life coach, coach me.
And you know what? At the end of the day, that's something that they have to deal with, not you. Because it's something within themselves that they're missing, that they're not liking about themselves. That's broken.
I think you're right.
So,
I like you. Please say that again. You said it's because they are what?
It's something within themselves that are broken.
Yes.
That they're missing. So if I can, for instance, if I'm having an issue with myself and I can look at someone else and point the finger, you know how they always say you have 3 fingers pointing. I always have those 3. That one finger that's
pointing back at you.
You always have 3 fingers that's pointing back at you.
Right.
You know, they have to look. You always have to remind yourself that, girlfriend, it's not me that got the issue. It's you that may have the issue, and you may need to reevaluate yourself. Not only just reevaluate, but check your own self. Check your own standards. So,
yes.
You know.
And a lot of women don't want to check themselves, and you have to, because when you're in a situation and you're like, it's everybody else all the time, that does not make sense at all. Like, who is the common denominator? You know, it's you. And I think people are afraid. It's just so much easier to say that it's someone else's fault.
I always say, my thing to ladies is be the bold version of you. Be the bold version of you and things. Don't allow another woman to make you feel less than what you are, you know, because you, like I said before, you're created for greatness. We're all created for greatness.
Well, since, you know, we're talking about empowering each other, you know, men will see the words women empowerment and say, oh, Lord, here they go again. Now they hating men. And it has nothing to do with hating men. I think it kind of goes back to the Black Lives Matter. You know, that means that white lives don't matter. No. Just because I'm saying this matters doesn't say, I'm just putting a spotlight on this. It doesn't mean that I'm against police officers, or it kind of reminds me of that. So why do men feel that by women working to better themselves and helping other women to better themselves that we're bashing men?
I'm not going to bash men. I will.
I will.
I'll be good today. But my thing is, I ask myself this question. I want you to think about it. Is how do we know that men feel that way? I feel like we can't speak on that unless a man unless they tell us they feel that way.
They do. They whine about it. They post on social media about it. And I hate to say this because I love men, but men really have been partaking in a lot of bitch assness lately. I have seen men on social media whining more than women. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, when did men get so bold in being petty and bitchy and so insecure with the thought of women doing more for themselves? Do you think it's because they feel like they're not going to be needed anymore?
Possibility, but if they're feeling like that, you know, like I said, I won't bash them men. I'm giving them a break. I did that like the other day, so
I'll do it. They know I'll bash it. I'm gonna speak the truth.
I feel like they got to step up to the plate.
There you go. And you said that so much nicer than I was gonna say it. You said it so nicely and professionally. But yes, men have got to step up to the plate, and women, I think women would love for a man to take the lead in a lot of situations. But men, I mean, this is a whole nother topic. I mean, this is a whole nother show talking about men. I think that due to there being so many men that don't see, who don't believe in the complete structure of a family unit anymore, that's part of the problem. You know, they feel like we're bashing them, but really we're just speaking the truth about what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that men should also encourage women to do more and to be more.
Yes. And vice versa, the
right.
women should also encourage their men as well.
Yes.
You know, we can't, one of the things, and I know this is probably off topic, but one of the things that I realize is that we can't, we have this long list of what type of man we want in life. And then we have, as a woman, we have to think, okay, you're asking all these things for this man to do, but what are you doing? Yeah.
How old are you, Mia? Do you mind me asking?
Huh?
How old are you? Do you mind me asking?
I am 43.
Okay, Mia's 43. I'm 38. So we're the elders in this situation. When you get to a certain age in life, women folk, you should not have a list anymore. Like, your list should be, he has a job. He doesn't have a criminal record. You know what I mean? I know we have some friends that they still have these lists. And to be fair, male and female. Like, there's a list of 20 things. Like, oh, they've got to be this skin tone. Their hair has to be this color. They have to wear this size shoe. They have to like seeing this kind of movie only. They have had to travel to these certain countries. I'm like, have you lost your goddamn mind? I mean, in this day and age, if you find someone who loves you, treats you well, has a job, you doing good. You know, and I think, like you said, we create these lists, but these long lists, but then our list is very, very short. And
they need to get my book. They need to be.
Tell us. Okay, let's talk. I'm glad you said that. Tell us about your book.
My book is basically about a lot of my past life experiences, the obstacles that I had to overcome. From childhood all the way up to adulthood, from like behavioral issues, from teen pregnancy, having some extramarital affairs, and just a host of different problems and issues that women of all ages and creeds face worldwide. Okay. So it's, you know, I talk about in chapter 11 of my book, it says seek after God and not a man, and I have a profile of the type of man that I was looking for.
Oh, can you please tell me the profile? Can you just tell me some of the things that were on that list?
It was tall, dark, and handsome. You know, 35 to 55. His Christian. His religion was Christian. Muscular body type. Hobbies: love to explore new things. Likes romantic walks in the park. Loves to cook and plays the saxophone.
Oh,
the relationship status. It's seeking companionship. And,
she said play the saxophone.
Yes.
Wow.
Career-wise, be stable and employed.
Right.
You know, so that's, you know, we have, like you said, it talks about the list, and you have to put away that list, because
you do.
Sometimes, a lot of times, I know the list that we have is not the list that God created for us.
It is not, most definitely, probably not the list that you need to be thinking about. I mean, I even tell people now, like, if I go back to the list that I had when I was, I don't know, 23, 24, and then I look at my husband, he was not the list. He was not the list. That list was like really dumb. It really was dumb. It looked like some high school shit that you wrote. things about a certain kind of car and just things that I don't even think about now at all. Where I'm like, oh, he needs to drive this kind of car. Now I think about, oh my gosh, I wanted he put gas in my car so I don't have to stop this morning. You know what I mean? You go into reality mode. But I think so many women are fixated on that list. Like they literally meet a person and they start looking at the list and they're like, oh, nope, they don't. And you're blocking your own blessings.
It's an illusion. They're fixated on an illusion.
It really is. And I don't think that they have like this mental block. Okay, no, they're actually mind fucking themselves is what they're doing. They are creating a perfect person, and there's no such thing as a perfect person, including the person who made the list. So, okay, Mia, tell us how, tell us the title of your book, and if someone wants to purchase your book, how can they do so?
The book name is The Steps of a Real Woman, From Harm to Hurt to Hustle. And they can go to my website, Path with Mia, PATHWITH, Mia.com, or either they can go to the step, www.stepsofarealwoman.com to purchase the book, or they can even look it up on Amazon.
Oh, perfect.
Amazon and BarnesandNobles.com.
Oh, great. I'm going to have to check that out. Okay.
Yes, and it's only $14.95.
Okay, now, what is the title again? You said from...
The Steps of a Real Woman, From Harm to Hurt to Hustle.
I mean, I love that. That title is genius just because I sit here and I think about my life, and it kind of went like that. You know what I mean? I hope for my daughter it doesn't go like that, but that hurt, that harm has gotten me here. So obviously I was strong enough to deal with those situations because, I mean, I was telling my daughter yesterday, life is so bipolar.
Yes.
It does not stick to a script at all, which so many people want it to, but it doesn't. And sometimes the stuff that's not on the script is the most wonderful things. But, I told her, I said, yes, there are going to be times that you're going to hurt. You're going to hurt a lot in life. It's just what you do with that hurt, and I have to remind her, I said, I was a single mom with her at 6 weeks old, and I was kind of like, oh my God. Here I am with this newborn baby who is looking at me because I'm her everything. And, during that time, I was severely hurting with just different kinds of emotions, and that's just one example. But here I am now, totally on my hustle game.
Yeah.
You can choose to be a victim of your circumstances, which a lot of us do. You can choose to whine about it on social media, bitch about it at work, meet up with your girlfriends on Friday nights and, talk about it. But you need to start doing something about it. And until then, you're going to just keep repeating the same cycle. What they really need to do is go to Amazon and buy your book and be about that life. Okay. When we come back, I want for you to tell us, your booking information, and some of your upcoming events. So stick to the Libra Lounge. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge, everyone. I want to give a big thank you to my guest today, Ms. Mia Thomas, who just told me that you are a what?
Libra.
I no wonder why we just clicked. But you know what? You kind of like the good version of me, and I'm the bad version of you. All right, so Mia, you just gave us the information on how to get your book, which I love to read. So I am going to put your book on my website for book club because I think that everyone needs to read this book. So I know you go around and you do speakings, do you have anything that's upcoming?
Actually, we have two events that's coming up. Well, one event that is actually coming up, and it's called the Mommy and Me Dream Bigger Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be this Saturday here in Waco, May the 12th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
And this is a free community event. We're going to be honoring mothers on Mother's Day, the day before Mother's Day. We're basically going to be talking about relationships,
Mm-hmm.
showing self-confidence. We're even having a fashion show.
Oh, wonderful.
We're going to be teaching the kids on how to build their own vision board.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for kids ages 6 to 13.
Okay.
So the event is basically open to all ladies, all women.
All women. So,
women
is it kind of like a mommy-daughter day?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's not just for daughters, but it's for boys as well.
Okay, so they can come with their moms.
Yes, they can come with their moms. And even if they're single, they still can come, and they don't have kids, they still can come and attend the event. I'm actually partnering with Mommy Millionaire out of Houston, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
Sherry Walton,
Mm-hmm.
and we're hosting this event in the Waco area for the second time. So we're excited about what's going to happen this Saturday because some lives are going to really be changed.
That is wonderful. So if you are in the Waco area this weekend, can they go to your website to get additional information about this event?
They can actually go to dreambiggertour.com. Again, that's dreambiggertour.com, or they can even look it up on Facebook. It's called the Mommy and Me Dream Bigger Tour.
Okay. So I know that you do some speakings. If someone was interested in having you to be part of one of their events, how can they contact you?
They can actually contact me at 505 402 0199.
Okay.
Again, that's 505-402-0199.
Now, for all you bugaboo men, she is not giving y'all that number, so y'all can be calling her and ask her what she wearing. This is how to book her. She's about making her coins, okay? And again, if they want to purchase your book, which I'm going to put the information on my website and on Facebook here in a little bit. If they want to purchase your book, they can go to barnesandnoble.com or they can go to Amazon, which Amazon is my way to go.
Yes, Amazon.com, or either they can go to my personal website. And if they go to my personal website, I'm going to send them a free gift. So my personal website is pathwithmia.com. That's pathwithmia.com.
Fabulous. Okay, so since we've talked about all this women empowerment, y'all know what time it is. It is time for Bitch Please.
Bitch, please.
You be rolling down the street, telling stories. Bitch, you never tell the truth.
Bitch, please.
Everybody know you lying, bitch, cause all you do is lie.
Alrighty, so if you like the Libra Lounge Facebook page, you guys noticed that I made a post, I think yesterday or the day before, about an article that I saw. Now, it's saying that this happened this week, but a lot of people said that this is old news. This happened some years ago. But Miss Wendy Williams, who, by the way, I also posted a picture, a side-by-side picture of me and Wendy, because Wendy Williams, I don't know if she has a camera in my house or what is going on, but she had on the same outfit that I had on her show. And I'm like, I'm watching you, Wendy. I'm peeping your game. And then another thing Wendy did, I made a post about a month ago because I always make fun of Lifetime movies, even though I secretly love them. But I was telling my husband one day, I'm like, you don't get it. Lifetime is, losing their steam. I'm like, I look at 3 movies and I'm like, that was the same damn house for 3 different movies. I'm like, they're rotating the same leading actresses. So I made a post and I listed all the names, these names that I made up of Lifetime movies, just to see like how funny they are in the comparison. And I'll be damned if Wendy Williams does not have a commercial on Lifetime doing the same damn Wendy, I don't know how you doing it, but I'm peeping your game. Okay? All right, you better start giving the Libra Lounge a little bit of credit. Okay, so anywho, there was this article that I saw, and it was about Wendy Williams announcing on her show very tearfully that she had interviewed Robert Kelly, otherwise known as the king of R&B, R. Kelly. He revealed to her that he can't read, he can't write, and he can't count. So basically, he's illiterate. And for some odd reason, this just really, really moved Wendy's kind of got a, thick skin like me, but at the same damn time, I know I can easily cry. I can see a commercial with a damn puppy on it and be in full blown tears. But she was really upset and bothered by the fact that rich ass R. Kelly is illiterate. So I was thinking to myself, like, did she cry when he was pissing all over teenage girls? Did she cry for these supposed sex slaves that he's going on vacations with right now? So you know what Wendy gets from me? Wendy gets the bitch please of the week from the Libra Lounge. All right, so Mia, before we let you go, there's a lot of celebrities who are claiming they're all about female empowerment. But some of their antics are, I don't know, they're a little bit questionable. But some of them are the real deal. So I'm going to give you some names, and you're going to tell me if you think they're really all about female equality and empowerment. All right? You ready?
Okay.
Amber Rose. Now, Amber Rose, we all know she started stripping when she was a teenager. She was married to and has a son with rapper Wiz Khalifa. And she is also one of the originators of, or the creators of the Slut Walk. Do you think that's all about female empowerment?
Well, how can I say this? We all have skeletons in our closets. We all have things that
those are not skeletons. She's proud of all of that shit.
People change.
She ain't changed yet, Mia. She may have a few more years in her before she changes. I think it was last year, was it, that she made headlines because she posted this picture of herself. Now, I'll give it up to the girl. Her body is banging, but it was partially nude. And when I say partially nude, she had a jacket on, but you could see everything else, including her burning bush down there. And it was all about, women have the right to, choose if they want to shave or not. And of course she attaches female empowerment onto that. Whether you shave or not, I don't know if that really equals empowerment. What do you think, Mia?
No, and I think some things you just don't. Some things you just don't put out there. This kind of, I don't want to talk ill on anyone. My thing is that.
You think we could have gone the rest of our lives without knowing whether or not Amber Rose shaves her cooch? Yeah. I mean, my best friend and I, we've been friends since 7th grade. And that's just something we don't know about one another. I don't know if she shaves down there, and she doesn't know if I shave down there. I don't know if she waxes. I don't know if she trims. I don't know what she does. And you know what? I'm good. I think she's good too. All right, moving right along. And you actually mentioned this young lady earlier, Nicki Minaj. Once again, she's all about women can do this, women can do that. But at the same time, she's got these lyrics that talk about, sucking dicks and doing this with your butt, twerking. Everything is like overly sexualized. But then she's saying in the same breath, oh, I can do that because I'm a woman and I'm empowering. I'm empowered. What do you think about that?
I'm like, okay. That's another one. That's another one.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just kind of like,
I think with Amber Rose and Nicki Minaj, they are confusing their confidence with female empowerment. Yes, I will give it to them all day. If you can get on TV in a G-string and twerk it down to the ground, that is confidence right there, because that is something that everybody cannot do. But that is not equal empowerment of women, because if Skylar Holman does that shit, Okay, so what about Malala?
I'm not familiar with her.
She's a young lady that she has been fighting for women equality. She goes around, she has written a book. She has a very huge social media platform that she uses to encourage women to stay in school, to read, especially countries where women are not allowed to be educated. I think that is the epitome of female empowerment. And yeah. she keeps her clothes on while she does it. Okay, what about...
Like she's in control of her life. She knows her capabilities.
Right. I think she comes from a Muslim background, and she is really knocking down some barriers with that religion. Then we have Queen Bee herself, Beyonce. Do you think that she is a good role model for female empowerment?
I think she is.
Why?
You know, she's to a certain extent. I mean, as far as how can I say?
To me, I think it's again, Beyonce promotes confidence.
Yes.
I take a little bit of issue with and it's more so recording artists, because they are controlled so much creatively, including Beyonce, that sometimes it's kind of hard to know them. You know what? I don't know if that makes sense. Because Beyonce portrays this image, but then when you kind of see her behind the scenes, she's not really like that. I think, again, she not in the same way as Nicki Minaj, because, you know, Nicki keeps it quite raunchy, but they both focus a lot more on confidence. I mean, because you can even go, you know, with the whole Lemonade album was about her basically talking about Jay-Z cheating on her and her feelings and her thoughts about it. But then some women will say, but you still stayed with them. You know what I mean? And they could say that's what message is that saying to other women? So Beyonce, I'm going to put her into confidence. Emma Watson, who most people know from Harry Potter and Beauty and the Beast. She's one of my favorite actresses. She is very vocal about women's rights, including women's rights of equality for female actresses to make as much as male actors. I think that she is a very good example of women empowering women without overly, you know, without sexuality coming into play. I think you can empower other women without being naked or raunchy about it. So I think Emma Watson is a very good example of that. Then we have, which I can't even believe this person is on the list, but she claims that she's all about empowerment, Kim Kardashian. I think Kim should focus less on trying to make it seem like she's all about female empowerment and help Kanye, before he has just a total beyond meltdown. I think she needs to focus on her household right now. So Kim, you get a bitch please for that. Now Jennifer Lawrence, who's an actress, she's a double Academy Award winning actress. She's very well known for the Hunger Games movies. She is really big about, women helping women getting equal pay, and uplifting women. But about a month ago, she was on a talk show talking some mad shit about a girl who was on one of the Bravo reality shows. I can't even remember her name. And she called the girl a cunt. And I'm like, whoa. How? Wow. Those don't go hand in hand. I'm gonna need Jennifer Lawrence to pick a side. Either you're gonna be calling people cunts and hoes and bitches, or you're gonna continue on your plight of women and men pay equality. So she's gonna get a little bit of a bitch please too. And before we run out of time, Oprah Winfrey. Now I know you got something to say about that, Mia. Do you think Oprah is the epitome of female empowerment?
Yes, I do. Because as you was reading through these names, and I'm just thinking, I was like, okay, I think that empowering women's biggest assets is not a pretty smile or them cooking, their cooking skills, or putting a ring on their finger, or their wardrobe, or how many likes they get on social media. Mm-hmm. I think that an empowered woman has a loving relationship with her body,
right?
Because she knows that her body is her vessel. Yes. And then the other thing is that an empowered woman knows that when it comes to her sexuality, it is not within the remit of her parents or her husband or a pastor or anything, or friends, to dictate what she should and shouldn't like. Right. And then that an empowered woman does not simplify what is complicated. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect sense.
And she loves herself deeply, and she's not disobedient. Yeah. So, yeah. And just knows her goals and stuff. So that's just I just want to put that in there.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think with some of the people that I listed earlier, they it's kind of like when a person is very sinful and then they use the Bible to try to excuse their sins. Yeah, it's kind of that situation. Like, yes, I'm butt booty naked over here and got my ass all oiled up and shiny on social media, but hey, I'm empowering myself. That is not empowering yourself at all. That is using your body for attention. And that's a big difference. When, empowering other people it's not even a cause. It's a way of life. It is something that you feel, it's important to you. Yeah. You talk the talk, you walk the walk. And I think Oprah is a very prime example of that. And you know who else I think is a prime example of that?
Who is that?
That would be you, Mia. I have really enjoyed talking to you. Hopefully one day you'll be able to make it down to the studio and we can have you live on air so everyone can see you. Mm-hmm. And again, before we sign off, please give everyone your website so that they can get all of your information.
Okay. It's www.pathwithmia.com. So that's PATHWITHMIA.com.
Perfect. Thank you, Mia. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep representing the Libras. And for everyone else, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. Next week, we will have a show all about pop culture. I'm way too stoked for that show. If you have any questions, as always, send me a message or inbox me, or you can email me at libraloungeradio.com. See you next week.